Hello, everyone. Welcome back for more Divergent Dice D&D tonight with the Just Consequences gang. It was a lot last session, fiery, hot, lots of things happened. We will jump right back into where they left off. But first, we will make sure you guys all know where they left off with some canon with Shannon.
All right. So after we had decided to go to the Fire Realm, we prepared to head off to do some shopping, but then we realized a few of us are broke. So while we're asking each other for money, Arun May suddenly gives us 3,500 gold. So that was great. We stocked up on some items and spent lots of our new money. On our way back to Alinor's, Crumb then saw a shadow, and we surprisingly didn't get evil vibes from it. After Freyr approaches it, we see a dark cloaked figure. And after hearing that Enodarin is our enemy, the Darkling says that he was imprisoned from the light for eons, and says his name is Tamar, Enodarin's son. Freyr promises that once we find Enodarin, he will notify Tamar. We have a long rest at the inn, and in the morning, Araja opens up a portal in Alinor's floor, and we all jump through. When Freyr cast Death Ward on Cadence, he took some damage. It reminded Seeker of his own experience after being in Lomasarm's realm. There's a huge battle going on in the sky as we arrive. We go find Vasif, the Smithmaster, and we tell him that he's Talea's choice for the throne, which he's fully on board for. He says that rather than fighting things out, there's an option of finding an Excalibur axe, which can decide the ruler. It's currently in a place called Ugdrinos' Fall. Freyr asks if his dragon egg is okay. Turns out the incompetent smith put the dragon egg next to the phoenix egg, and it hatched, and the baby dragon left. And some other older dragons also came to cause some havoc. We made our way to Ugdrinos' corpse or skeleton, where a phoenix was sitting on the ground beside the axe that we're after. Sneaking failed, so we headed into combat. And after getting through a round, suddenly something bigger and scarier burst out of the ground and tore apart the phoenix, which is where we left off.
Indeed.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a very succinct description of the absolute chaos, Shannon.
Really love me.
Super here for it. Thank you for the resub, Fisher Price. We heard you. So yeah, this is what you guys are currently up against and fighting. You guys have definitely like beaten this thing down like severely. It is, almost like oozing, this like molten flame from like so many of the wounds that you guys have inflicted. It is very hurt, but still alive. We ended after Pez had taken his last turn, and we will start the top of the round with Seeker. Seeker, can you make for me a perception check to start things off?
Well, let's see here. I perceive things.
Yeah, so, I mean, you get a pretty good sense of, like, how beaten up this thing is. Don't notice anything else, at least from where you are.
Okay, beaten up fireworm. I think it was Tooth that did like a big, like, huge barrage of damage on it.
You guys have all done like a good chunk. Pez has had a bunch of swings. Chrome's had a few good whacks. Cadence is busted up pretty good, having taken a fair beating from this thing.
Did I stun it?
You did. It has the stunned icon still. It is stunned until the end of your turn.
Okay. Well, from where Seeker is, he's going to try and extinguish this beast a little bit, and he'll bring a tidal wave kind of crashing down on this thing.
Tidal wave, I like it.
It's a dex save.
Which I think
it fails because it's stunned.
Oh, lovely. It is stunned, yes.
Harry's also asking if it's still blind. She blinded it last session.
Do we do
I think
rounds?
the blind is over it because we're at the top of the new round, but it's still stunned at least until the end of Cadence's turn, I think.
Noise.
I think it stunned the entire game.
Yeah,
Whole game.
stunning
Stunned.
strike just got
Cross
the
campaign
biggest
even.
of buffs.
Yeah.
Every
But
party
only if
now is
Cadence
all
does it.
monks.
So if this thing fails, then 19 bludgeoning damage as this water comes crashing down on it, kind of 10 feet wide. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the targeting for tidal wave again?
An area within range,
And
120
said-
feet.
you send the description.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like any of this.
I know there's a bunch of people around that thing.
So
30 feet long,
yeah,
can be up to 30 feet long and 10 feet wide.
yeah.
So you're
I
making a
picture
very
Seeger's-
tiny tidal wave. Just it packs a punch in that spot.
Sure. Yes, it's
A microwave.
concentrated, sort of similar to like the erupting earth.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
area
ever seen
there.
you ever seen a pistol shrimp punch? That's about what's happening here.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's more of a vital wave. Yeah, that's great.
Exactly.
I like that. All right. So you do see an effect from like the water. You see this like almost like flame fin that like runs down this thing's entire length. Really kind of like smolder, and you see actually for the first time the actual like leathery fin streak down this thing's back. And then after like a moment it flares back up again.
Does that seem like it's like a point of weakness or sort of a source of its internal
I would say
combustion?
Make for me an. You can do nature or arcana. The information is different depending on which one you pick.
All right. I mean, I don't think Seeger knows. I don't think Seeger thinks this thing is like the natural world he knows about. So
Yeah.
he'll dig deep in arcana.
Yeah. You're not sure what it means, but you definitely with like a 12 like make a mental note that like it seemed like you doused it briefly.
He'll maybe kind of like look around in that brief moment to see if anybody else kind of noticed and just kind of like nod as in like, yeah, that might be something, as he kind of like runs up to get closer.
Sure.
And that's
Tooth would notice with your passive for sure that happened. Especially from your vantage point up on the horn. But yeah, you see it again kind of like spark and like reignite down the whole length of this thing after a moment, Tooth. Anything else from
that's-
Seeker?
Nope, that's it.
Nope. All right. Frere.
Keep it simple. Just action, spiritual weapon will trigger again.
Bonus action.
Oh fuck, is it? No, bonus. It's only if I want to move it. It's only the bonus action.
I think you make an attack as a bonus action with it.
I think you do
Okay.
too.
Damn it. Well, fine then. I want a bonus action Shield of Faith on Cadence first,
Okay. Cool.
Thank you.
and then I will action Toll the Dead on
That's a thing. You can
the big guy.
do. Okay. Wisdom
Uh,
save.
DC 16.
17.
Son of a bitch. Well, that's it. That's all I'm doing.
All right. Cadence. You're like a little bit wobbly on your feet more than just from the drink. This thing definitely rang your bell. But like it looks on the ropes too.
Cool. Yeah, she'll go after it with her spear then, two-handed.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
that was one-handed, but still, yeah.
Uh,
And
Well, roll the damage again then, and we'll just
Okay.
roll 2d8. Yeah, that's certainly better.
cool. And I don't think it matters, but the target gets set on fire when there's a crit.
Yeah. Yeah. It oddly enough does not seem to bother this thing. But
The old
man.
fighting fire with fire.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so it's 11 plus 3, so 14 points of damage.
And that one won't hit.
That one will not hit.
No,
Actually, yes,
so
it will, because advantage, because it's stunned until the end of your turn.
Yes. Yep. Cool. You're right. It is the end of my turn. So sweet.
So that does hit.
Nice.
Then in that case, she'll attempt stunning strike to try to stun it again. DC 13 con save.
Yep, like that.
Hit. DC 13 con save. Oh my god.
Did it fail?
That
Yeah.
one. Again.
Oh, I'm so happy.
It can pass your con save with like a 7.
But it didn't.
But it did.
But it, yeah.
Yes.
Got a winning
More important.
formula here.
Stunned
Yeah.
again.
Okay, cool. And that was that not even a bonus. That's free. So I'm gonna use bunches of punches as well. 20 and 19.
The 20 hits, the 19 misses.
All right. How about I use focus aim to use 1 key point to up it by 2.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right, cool. I use a bunch of
5.
key points, but
Yeah,
I did
5 more
good.
points. That was a 3 key point turn.
There you go.
All right, sweet, and that is it for Cadence.
Awesome. All right.
Great,
It's
great
going to be
timing,
stunned.
too.
Vox.
Ha.
Perfect. I was just about to be like, oh man, this thing goes before me, but awesome. Yeah, I'm also just gonna keep things simple here and try to hit it with a couple Eldritch Blasts.
Both hit, thanks to being stunned.
Is it still stunned?
Cadence just
Yeah,
restunned
it's
it.
re-stunned.
Oh, she's just restunned it? No.
I
Yep.
did.
Yeah.
Double stoned.
14
Yeah.
points.
Amazing.
Rinse and
We heard
repeat.
you like stunned, so we stunned your stun.
I can't complain with the strategy.
Yeah, this thing's like barely hanging on. There's just like these gaping wounds that are just like leaking almost like molten flame just pouring out of this thing.
Yeah, Vox just kind of like sighs, seeing it's like he's like hoping that like we're at the end. He's just like kind of like breathing like heavily, but yeah, that's it for him.
Tooth, can you make for me a perception
Um,
check from your vantage point as well, please?
Yeah, I will give that a shot. 18.
Yeah.
So none of us are helping you out with the narrative.
Yep. 18. This thing's big and hurt real bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna pop out from under my cover and put 2 more arrows into it. Hopefully.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna use sharpshooter since it's stunned. 24.
Yep. 24
and
definitely hits.
22.
Both hit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I can ask how this is going to look because
The first one's gonna be 31 points of damage.
yeah, that's a number bigger than 12. Yeah. Okay. So how does this look?
Gosh, what would be? I mean, it's pretty big. Maybe I pop out. It's glaring at. Looks like it's about to eat Chrome, and then Chrome is like, hunkering down, ready to absorb this big strike, and all of a sudden, 2 arrows just kind of pop out just a little bit from the roof of its mouth, and the eyes kind of go glassy. The fire kind of extinguishes a bit, and down it goes.
Yeah. So very similar to how you described it. You pop out, you loose these 2 arrows, catch it right in the like roof of its mouth. You see it kind of like writhe up, and then like have this like thunderous crash to the ground as the like length of it that it was kind of stretching out above, preparing to strike down on some of the people in melee with it. Its whole length just comes crashing to the ground. However, the flames running along its back are not extinguished.
I think there's some hidden information in there.
Is sentient?
That it for you?
Yeah, I mean, Tooth is pretty basic. He put arrows in, it went down. He's gonna sort of get up and maybe walk out to here.
Yep.
Maybe I am good with this thing. I mean, you guys were great too. But did we get it?
Is it
Most of
supposed to
it?
still be on fire?
What's the
Uh,
source of the flame?
Chrome.
Yeah.
You're up.
It appears dead, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not moving. It's coiled, kind of like on the ground. It's like head's kind of like lolled backwards over his body. You can see his tongue kind of like hanging out to the side.
I mean, Chrome's pretty simple. If it looks like it's dead, he would walk away from it.
Yep.
He wouldn't pay any attention to the fact that there's fire still smoldering on its back.
Cool. All right. So your rage drops off.
Yeah.
No.
Stabs Cadence as he walks by. It's a good measure.
Pez.
Can I do like investigation into those flames to see why they're not disappearing?
Sure. You can roll Arcana or Nature, depending on which one you pick. The information is different.
Okay, let's try Arcana.
15. With the 15, I would say it's weird that something, even living in the fire realm, keeps burning when it's dead. Especially when
Is the
like
flame
when you guys saw Seeker like douse those flames briefly with like a tidal wave, and then they reignited.
what is the source of the flames?
You don't know. I mean, it's a weird giant fireworm. Who knows? You'd assume the creature is the source of the flames.
Right. I can't do anything significant, so I mean, I'll wave my sword through the flames.
Yep, they
as if
appear.
to attack.
They appear to be there. You see your blade kind of like pass through them. Doesn't seem to be any like effect other than maybe your blade getting warmer.
Okay.
All right, at the end of the round, can I get
No.
a perception check from everybody?
Oh, fuck.
Seeker,
Oh, that's better.
Tooth,
That's better.
Chrome. Yeah, Seeker, Tooth, and Chrome. You guys notice, Seeker and Chrome, you guys both notice this like strange like rumbling sound seemingly coming from like inside the felled creature. And it seems to be like building rapidly. Tooth, in the midst of this, you hear that sound as well. You notice something else taking in more of the scene than just this felled creature. Whether it's because you're a bit further back or what, but you start to see this almost like thin, kind of purpley black line start to appear in the space near this creature. Just thing. Come on, mouse. You can do it. So Tooth,
Hey,
I'll just do this so you can see what I'm talking about. But you see this start to appear. Doesn't look to be part of the creature. It's just near where the creature is.
Oh, it's not appearing from inside the creature. It's
No,
appearing
the
inside.
rumble is definitely coming from inside the creature, but
Got
you've
it.
noticed this other thing as well.
I think something he ate disagreed with him. And also, is that a portal?
I'm so done with portals.
I didn't. No, Cadence, you have to go check that out.
Yeah, you're the first one in.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back undercover.
Okay. All right. Seeker and Chrome. This rumbling, fitting that it's your turn, Seeker. This rumbling's getting really fucking loud. Like, you can start to almost like see some of like the loose pebbles and stuff around this thing start to like shake on the ground.
And does it seem like something physically is inside this thing, or it's more rumbling like an energy?
With your perception check, you're not seeing like any movement really like inside of this thing. Like, you're not seeing like any protrusions or anything,
Right.
but like something's rumbling.
Yeah. Well, knowing that this thing is still on fire and seeing what he saw before, Seeker's going to dump more water on this thing.
Okay.
He'll create or destroy water, but create it. He'll upcast it because this is unusual, so he'll add an extra 10 gallons to it, so kind of 20 total here.
Mhm. And it's the rain in a period?
Like
in
a 30-foot
cube?
cube.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Seeker, you release this spell, and this like deluge just like starts pouring down from the sky above this thing. And you see the flames running down this fin start to like be quenched by this torrential rain. And as the flames start to die down, you hear the rumbling decreasing and fading. And it's like as the last drops of the rain that you've conjured fall, kind of the last small section of fin is extinguished near the tail of this thing. And with that, the rumbling stops. And the fin does not reignite.
Seeker just like looks around and like he'll like maybe take like a step up just to get a little bit closer to this thing. But he'll like look to Freyr, knowing that Freyr's got like water shenanigans as well, and just be like, man, I don't know, like get some water ready. Is the portal changed at all as well, or just the rumbling has sort of has ceased?
Funny you should mention that. Or, so you're saying you're like mostly done your turn?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all.
Okay.
You ever,
Well,
you ever
you've
have
got
a filibuster, buddy?
you've got action. You've got action done. So what else you got?
Well, very slowly, like tippy toeing. Is anybody? No, that has a leveled spell. Doesn't matter. I can't do anything. No, Seeker is just like poking it with his quarterstaff. And
Alright.
like looks to cleric, looks to Freyr like, what the fuck, man?
Looks to cleric.
How are we looking, cleric?
I didn't say I was done my turn.
We're all fine with that. Seeker, take as long as you need.
Yeah, I gotta think about this, guys.
All good, all good.
I only have 2 bonus actions. I really need to like
We-
take my time with them.
We got all night. We got all
All
night.
night, everything's
It's
fine.
important that you choose the right decision.
Yeah. Seeker, tell us a story about bonus actions.
Well, you
Yeah.
see,
I've never heard of those. How do they work?
Explain action economy to us.
Yeah. I think Brimson's about to.
Yeah.
All right. So, Seeker, as you kind of continue to poke this thing and like definitely no response now, the flames aren't reigniting. you're not getting, any signs of life from this thing at all anymore. You don't hear like a breathing. You don't see its body kind of rising and falling with any movement. You're pretty confident it's dead. However, the portal does kind of stretch open as you finish your turn. And from the portal, this figure dashes out. She looks shockingly familiar to several of you. Some of you don't remember her, but she looks like maybe a 10-year older version of the Lillian that was rescued from the machine.
So the one that Tooth marries?
I mean, that sounds like I mean, you never met her. The only person who met her was Cadence, and Cadence also forgets. So,
I want to bring it up so bad, but yeah, Vox doesn't know either.
And she just like lunges towards the axe on the ground.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Can I... Is there a reaction? Can I... Nope, that's not a reaction. Fuck.
But as she like grabs it, she like picks it up and like wheels to like look. She stops and you see her gaze locks on first on you, Cadence, just because you're kind of like in her field of view. And then she like wheels and Tooth, you see her look at you, and this like desperate face.
But to be clear, Tooth doesn't recognize her, correct?
Not at all.
Okay.
Never seen this person before in your life. She's like, no, not you. Not you all again. I can't take any more. And she deeks back into the portal with the axe in hand.
Fucking Christ.
She stole the axe?
Seeker tries to yell wait, but all he gets is like his hand up.
As soon as she's gone through the portal, Vox glares at Freyr again.
What the fuck are you looking at me for? Is the portal like still open, or is it like...
Yeah, it's there. It's there.
Let's go.
No, Freyr, you're up.
Yeah, you know it's bad when our portal jumper is quitting, so... That's why Vox is looking at you, man. It just keeps getting worse. This was supposed to be the easy way out, and that's gone now, too.
We needed the axe. The portal's still open.
Yeah.
Anybody in?
Chrome jumps into the portal.
I just told you to
Cadence does
jump
too.
through the portal.
Okay,
Vox
so
waits
you
for
guys,
Cadence to go through.
you guys are all jumping through?
Yeah. I mean, if all my friends are jumping through.
Okay, so it's a premise then that you guys are basically all going to jump through. I'm only asking because the order might matter.
Can I ask whether or not there's a minor globe of annihilation at the end of that? Just asking.
There isn't. No.
Cadence was just waiting for somebody to start heading towards it, so she would have
Jumping through.
joined right in. So she'll be
Okay.
first or second.
What are the
If
chances
Seeker jumps through. If
the
Seeker
bandwidth of-
jumps through, Tooth will jump through.
What are the chances the bandwidth of this portal is like takes 8 hours or so to take us to the other destination?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a quick snooze while we teleport. Is that?
Yeah, that unfortunately is not a thing. Okay,
What
so
do we get?
Freyr,
Yep.
you come through first. then
How the
Cadence.
fuck do I get through first?
I'm happy with that. decision.
Initiative.
Oh, fine. All right.
Oh,
I mean, I
Fox.
guess I would have moved.
Tooth would hold his action until Seeker jumped through,
Yeah,
Okay.
as soon as people started going, Seeker would go.
and then Tooth will go if Seeker goes.
Okay. So Tooth is holding. Chrome goes through next then. Then Pez, I think you said you were going through as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then Seeker. And then Tooth.
I really don't want to know where this portal goes.
I don't think any of us do, but
So why
What?
do we have to go through this again?
because we need the axe
Oh, and what do we need the axe for?
to restore balance to the fire plane.
And why
And
are
that
we
was
doing
the
Because
That was just the
Adirondack wants us to do it. All right.
that?
and so does and so does Arunmei and Talit. Oh.
Oh.
What kind of fuck show water slide is this, Brimson?
This looks like my lower intestine after a
Yeah,
hard
it's the
night of
wrong
drinking.
kind.
Well, I mean, the entrance is the entrance is a gaping wound that something expelled from. So I mean, I'm not surprised.
These are the bowels.
I wish
Scaly
I knew how
Dog's
big
here.
Scaly
Oh,
Dog
you
is.
bitch.
That's Scaly Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Tooth's gonna shit his pants because we just
So-
told him he died.
Oh, why you gotta bring that up? Why you
So
gotta-
it could be me.
So
Yeah, remember how we said he died? Just kidding.
okay, so you guys like dash through the portal, and as Freyr, you're like first through. You like kind of take a split second to kind of like get your bearings, look down this one corridor, and you see Scaly Dog, like
Yeah.
fangs bared, like kind of like crouched back, kind of like slowly backing away from the portal, with this woman who you would at least recognize as Lillian, like kind of just further behind him, also kind of like slowly backpedaling. We're gonna stay in initiative just for the record.
Oh, for fuck's sakes!
These two nice people to the order.
Well,
we can't see the rest of.
I
yeah,
can't
it
see
only
looked like
thing I
anyone else.
it looked like it cleared. So
I'm okay with this. So we watch while Lillian and Scaly Dog duke it out. Okay.
just fight.
I'll let you guys know where you guys are. But Freyr, you're up first.
I mean, Freyr's first reaction is gonna be like, "Skog, you're not dead." I don't like. That's the knee-jerk reaction
Yeah.
out of the portal.
You're not dead.
You're
No
not
thanks
dead.
to you.
What was that?
Oh, yeah, we probably
Sca-
deserve that.
Scaly Dog growls back. No thanks to you.
I mean, we had to do what we had to do to prevent Darren from doing what he was gonna do with his time machine.
There's like more growling. It's like the lips are curled back.
This is problematic. Do you think he's upset? Oh man, I am fresh out of animal handling skills. Actually, that's a lie. My animal handling is quite good. Tooth.
I could do something about it, but Tooth.
Tooth. You always had a way with Scaly Dog.
So I've popped in there.
Yeah. Like I'm going through it. It's just in initiative order.
Like we just want to talk. Like I don't want to engage with combat with Lillian or Scaly Dog.
Okay. So Freyr, your like intent is to try and talk this out unless something
Yeah,
goes
like
down. Okay.
defuse.
Okay. All right, Cadence.
Yeah. So Cadence does recognize Lillian as an older version of the one she saw under the tree. So that's,
Yeah, and you recognize Scaly Dog.
does she? Oh yeah, Scaly Dog was there in Twin Stop.
Yeah.
Okay, so at this time she's like, I think you're supposed to be a friend, but you're growling. So she's gonna hold an attack with her spear if there's a fight that breaks out.
Okay. Cool. Next up, you just hear like a shout from Lillian. You have all left me more times than I can even count, but now you want to chase me for this? She like brandishes the axe in the air. It's like, always selfish, always just for you, never have mattered. Can I get insight checks from the people who still remember Lillian?
It's me.
Oh,
Which version of Lillian?
Like
Nope.
current Lillian, not tree Lillian. Like, okay, so Chrome and Pez. This Lillian seems like desperate. It's not even necessarily like crazy, but incredibly desperate about something. Doesn't seem like Chrome. She doesn't seem particularly hostile, but she definitely like needs something. Pez with a 20, a little bit more for you. You get the sense that maybe she doesn't want to fight you, but you're certain that if she feels that something is coming between her and whatever it is that she needs, that she will certainly fight.
Why do you need the axe?
Yep. Hold on. We'll get there. Vox. Lillian just backs up another like 15 feet.
Yeah, Vox has no idea who this person is. Yeah, he'd probably just like, he's pretty frustrated with this whole thing. He'd probably just like, actually, oh no, yeah, I still have mage armor on. Okay, yeah, he'd probably just call out then, to be honest, from where he is, like, he has no idea who he is. What are you doing? That's all we came here for. That's ours. Yeah, that'd be it. You just get ready for if anything kind of happens. He's just kind of like holding his ground.
Same deal. Tooth.
Scaly Dog, is that you? For real? They told me that you were dead.
You were dead. You left me.
I wasn't dead. I'm not dead. Why would I leave you?
You were gone. They took me.
I don't know what's happened. Recently I got a big black hole where my memory was. I don't remember any of it, but I would never leave you.
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion with advantage, you say?
You see, like, Scaly Dog almost like mock, like, charge you, and then, like, stop just like staring at you, like trying to piece it together. He's gonna make
He'll drop his bow. Like he'll just drop his bow down at his feet.
Scaly Dog's gonna make a roll. 14's not quite good enough to just inherently do it. But
No, I mean for Tooth, it's for Tooth and his -2. It's pretty sweet.
yeah. You might not remember leaving, but you left, and he found me.
But you're free now.
Because
They
of her.
said you were dead.
She
Yeah,
saved
who?
me.
Who is she? Who are you?
You see Scaly Dog kind of like look back over his shoulder. Look back at you. She used to be. You used to be. She used to love you.
What? Okay. Okay, everyone, just relax. We'll figure this out.
Alright, so just pause there for a sec. Chrome, what's Chrome's take on this? Because there's only Chrome and Pez left in the order before everyone, and Seeker.
Seeker, yeah.
Before everyone's gone. So I just want to see where this is headed, whether we're staying in initiative order or whether we're dropping out of it.
I mean, obviously, Chrome remembers Scaly Dog and all the situations that have happened regarding him. But he's sort of taken more of a backseat when it comes to interactions between Tooth, Seeker, and Scaly Dog, because he kind of sees the history, I guess you could say, that he has with them. He's not completely dropping his guard, but he's not posturing in an aggressive way. But he's at least readying in case something negative happens.
Okay, cool. Pez, same question.
Well, I yell out, Tooth and many in our party don't recall and, from their perspective, never experienced many of the things you remember them for.
Okay, cool. As you shout that out, Pez, the Lillian figure like shouts back, "How is that even possible?" And Seeker.
Seeker will like step forward as well. He'll kind of just be like a few paces behind Tooth, and like kind of like hands out, like he's like dropped his like shield and like quarterstaff, and he's like, you know, excited to see Scaly Dog, but like nervous because everything has changed. And he just says, "Scaly Dog, buddy, we tried. We really did. We always did what we thought was best. Lillian, we made mistakes. We're sorry. We've been pawns in all of this. Guys, we can't fight her." He just turns back to Scaly Dog, like, and just says, "Buddy."
All right. So with that, no one did anything to escalate the tension, and enough of you did things to kind of diffuse it. I'm gonna drop out of initiative.
As soon as you drop out of initiative, I pick up my bow and shoot Scaly. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
We attack. Surprise attack.
Yeah. drop out of initiative. And you hear Lillian call, "What do you mean they don't remember?"
One of you granted them a wish that took them back to a moment in their timeline that...
What do you mean, one of me?
What do you mean? What do I mean? I don't... Oh, fuck. So much blood is like... Oh, God.
There were many Lillians in many timelines.
Yeah, I know we've rescued some.
Yeah, and when you die, you don't actually die. There's like the original Lillian who's super angry, and you somehow like merge with her. But then this one fragment of you who didn't want to merge with her was hanging out in the bottom of Poverty, and you granted these 4 people, pointing at the 4 wishes. They had their memories wiped from that moment onwards. Some people made little wishes, only impacted some smaller parts of their memory. Some people made big wishes, impacting significant portions of their memories.
Pretty sure I traded like 3 or 4 months of memories for this sphere. Don't know if it was worth it, but it looks cool.
Yep, that's what she did. This guy, pointing to Vox, pretty much went back almost to like the beginning of time, or his life. He's the newest member of the group, so it was like, honestly, it was the least impactful.
And I don't remember
the least amount of stuff to have to remember.
He's been with us for like 3 weeks, so like we got him caught up pretty quick.
Tough for him though.
Shrugs his shoulders and looks at all the new people in confusion. Yeah.
And I don't remember anything since we tried to rescue you from the Feywild.
And I undid a mistake. Not too long.
She wasn't in the Feywild. You didn't know her back then.
Yeah.
No,
Scaly Dog.
Scaly Dog.
Scaly Dog. Got you.
Yeah. I was addressing Scaly Dog.
And Freyr would that moment that you thought that tooth went away, he wished that moment didn't occur, and apparently it didn't occur. I don't believe that. I still think I died, but that's besides the point. Anyways, it's a whole lot of fucking mishmash confusion, and here we are, making decisions with half the facts.
And you and I were lovers?
He's talking to Lillian.
You and Lillian, right? Not Scaly Dog?
I was talking to Seeker.
I wouldn't say lovers, but we were close.
God.
You guys see Lillian kind of walk up, and like she like places a hand on like Scaly Dog's like back as she like walks by, and Scaly Dog seems to kind of like settle. She continues to approach, and she gets right up to you, Tooth. And she doesn't look like the Lillian Prime that you guys saw the image of under the tree. But she definitely looks a lot more like fired up than the Lillians you've pulled from the machines.
Well, that makes sense. I'm married, so I've seen that look before.
Yeah. She like stares up at you. You don't remember? You wish that away?
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know about you. I don't know about you now, but I don't know about a lot of things now. Oh, only one night. I wouldn't have done this intentionally. if I knew the fallout.
She like looks at you for a second. It's like a breath. And then like you see her eyes go like even more like dialed up to 11. She like just like almost has to like jump to shove you, and she like shoves you in the chest. You forgot our daughter?
Chrome takes like 5 steps backwards.
I got
We
a
have a-
Zoom call I gotta be on.
What does this portal work both ways?
What do I do with my hands?
Yeah, like forgot her at soccer practice. Like,
We have a daughter.
That is the wrong. I'm gonna leave.
Oh, dude,
You guys never told me that we have a daughter.
Death ward.
Maybe
Looks declared. Death ward on tooth.
I don't have it. Kids took
There's,
it all.
there's no save against that.
She like looks at you as you say like, we have a daughter.
Oh man, you doubled down. Oh god.
Not anymore.
I told you tooth is basic. What do you mean not anymore?
Freyr like looks back at the portal and like looks back at Lillian and just like immediately asks, "When are we?"
It's
What do you mean not anymore?
Well, like you technically, I mean, oh my god, again, like just nose like like holding a finger up his nose like it just like stop the.
he
bleeding,
took
but-
her.
Who took her?
Who's he?
Freyr, shut the fuck up. Who took her?
You know, Darren.
When?
maybe 12 years from now or so.
12 years from now.
After I sent you and her back to meet up with them.
So you sent me and our daughter,
No, you and her, and she points at Cadence.
me and Cadence, back in time.
To find your friends.
Was one of my friends Sarah Connor? I'm just asking. And you know, Darren took our daughter. Well, I mean, we got to get our daughter back.
Duth, you have a specific set of skills for that.
Yep.
I've been trying.
Is that why you took the axe?
This is a important moment in time. Happens here.
Where's Darren now?
Probably recovering.
How old's our daughter?
She's. Well, she was about 8.
So can we just jump ahead 5 years and grab her when she's 1 and take her somewhere?
Doesn't work like that when he's daughter.
Well, then let's go get her.
How can we help?
You can like see, especially like you ridiculous passive people. You can see that like her like fists are like clenched like so tightly. You can like see like a like trickle of like blood coming out of like her like clenched palm. I'm not strong enough to do it myself. I thought if I could change what happened here, but someone else on the throne, they might help.
Well, can't we help?
Never thought I'd see you again.
Well,
When I
I know that if
away,
we have a daughter, then I obviously love you, and I obviously love her. So nothing else matters to me now.
roll me insight, Tooth.
Oh Christ! So Tooth is basic, and
You got 11 player advantages.
Taking advantage.
oh yeah, I'll take all 11 of them right now.
14.
Can I add the other 10 to the 14 and just hot 24?
You can
Uh-oh.
you can tell that she's conflicted. You made your choice. You chose them. She like gestures to like the group in front of you.
We've always tried to do the right thing.
We have been trying to save the world from ending.
My world already ended.
This one hasn't.
I think she means by losing her daughter.
I understand. Maybe there's a way we can help, a way we can still do good.
What happened with this? These other Lillians, other versions. Said we don't die.
That is my understanding. Is you are essentially caught in this weird purgatory, so to speak, until you are essentially. I want to use the term merged with Lillian Prime, and she's on our list of items to deal with. Probably number 3 probably number 3 now after the balance in the Fire Realm, and now rescuing Yorntooth's daughter.
said. He looks at you, Seeker. He said you undid a mistake. What did you wish for?
I made the wrong choice. Supported the wrong god. I thought I was doing the right thing, but I guess when given the choice, I chose to undo it. Instead of God giving herself up, I've emboldened her. The way I help her now is keep Lillian's alive.
What did you wish for? And she looks at you, Tooth. That was so important. You would give up knowing me and Tell.
Please don't say it. Please don't say it. Please don't say it. Please don't say it.
Yeah, Tooth like sort of takes like a really deep breath, and his shoulders kind of like sag, and he's got a real sorrowful look on his face. That was one of the memories that's gone, but I know that I would never make that choice if I knew what was on the line.
Freyr would like step forward and say he wished that I didn't die. The day that he became a tree in the Feywild all those months ago was to sacrifice himself to bring me back. I was the price that he paid. And he wished that that never happened.
But I didn't know that I was going to forget about you and our daughter and I guess Scaly Dog. Like I thought that just that part was gonna change and everything else was gonna stay the same.
Make a little roll the roo here. Uno momento. Roll for me a persuasion check.
Sure. Can I take another player advantage?
Sure can.
I feel like it's important. Whew. Pushing the football further.
Tooth knows it's so important he doesn't even need the advantage. You and you just see, like, for the first time, her, like, that, like, intensity and that kind of, like, those clenched fists start to relax. You promised the day that you left that if there was a way, you would come back. I guess this is you keeping that promise.
Yeah. I know I fucked it up and I'm really late, but I'm here. I'm back now. What can I do?
Why are you all even here?
We were trying to get that axe to put someone in power in the fire realm to make things stable.
Who?
I don't know if we picked somebody yet.
Looking for a job?
Can't be someone who isn't part of this realm.
Who were you going to give the axe to?
Yeah, why were we after the axe?
I was going to give it. I was going to give it to the Lasks of Igdrinos' family. In exchange for him rallying the Fire Realm to help me get Tel back.
Well, I'm sorry, Trevor, I didn't hear that last part.
In exchange for to get Tel, them rallying the Fire Realm to get Tel back.
So you were giving that to Adrenos' family.
His only offspring, I guess, if you need a mundane term.
I think we were fighting them in Twin Stop, which is where my memories ended. Can you guys back me up on that?
Yeah, I think they were the ones that took that spear that you just wished back from you.
Yeah.
You guys killed one, and one escaped.
Oh.
In the original timeline, you killed one, and one got away with the spear.
Yep. And now she wants to give the axe to the one who is now probably conveniently missing a spear.
Right. Great.
Conveniently. Far less convenient for them.
Yeah. I lost a spear, but I gained a really powerful axe.
And control over the fire realm.
If we can instead balance things here or there, I guess, pointing to the portal, that's one thing done. And then we can focus on helping you.
What kind of magic do you need to go to where we need to go?
The DM currently doesn't understand the question. What was Seeker put down, and what did Tooth mean?
When they're talking about the axe, Seeker just says like, we still got to do our thing. Like, if we can use the axe to just like to do that, and it's done, and we can like, focus all efforts on this, on what Lillian needs on helping Tooth.
And Tooth was wondering, what magic's involved to get to tell that we need Adrenos's family. Like, is it like, are there other options?
Getting there won't be the still a valuable prize to him. But subduing him, on the other hand, the closest anyone's ever come is injuring him. That's why I said recovering.
Well, have we discussed why first ones can't die and that he's a first one? Do we know that bad? Does Tooth know that part? Have we discussed it since?
Freyr Croman has no for sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you guys have talked about it in detail since you guys forgot, but 3 of them know for sure.
I think it's come up a little, but not a lot. Like Seeker doesn't know much beyond. I think it was mentioned when first Elmira showed up and
What I'm saying is Tooth doesn't have enough knowledge or memory to bring up Tamar. In terms of like, we could get him to kill, Darren.
No, but Freyr would.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially because Freyr was one who led that interaction mostly. All the Smexy peeps.
Mm-hmm.
I watched as one of the others tried to take him down. And landed what should have been a death blow. And it slowed him down, but he was still able to subdue her. He was much slower to recover, though. Are you planning to stop me from giving this to just kind of like lets it trail off?
Well, not if it's the only way that we can get Tell back.
But can we find another way? Can we, then looking at the group, can we get someone on the throne without this thing?
Can we use
anyone at
can
this
the axe,
point?
Can the axe be used to find someone to take the throne? And then we disappear with the axe?
understand it, you either wield the axe to take the throne, or you vanquish all the other challengers and don't need the axe.
I can tell you, I've seen some of the challengers. I don't think we are going to be able to vanquish them.
I don't know. I'm suddenly feeling pretty motivated.
That's great. That giant who we encountered the last time we came through was pretty built, to say the least.
You mean you can't solo a dreadnought, Freyr?
You know, I'd like to give it the old college try, but I think she'd best.
What's college?
Yep. It's an educational institution. Yeah, it's where the bards go to learn how to sing.
Maybe there's a better way we can help Tell, rather than give something to the family that keeps messing our world up.
What you're
I
saying,
think good will come of it.
from it, you're saying another like a big exhale. What you're saying, my family's the family that keeps messing things up.
No,
I mean, specifically your dad. But, you know.
it's us a lot of the time, but
Drinos and his family have very evil intents upon the world.
Yeah,
you
but
guys saw
okay.
Andrinos
but just-
ruin the world.
Okay, but what if we just give them the axe? We go save Tell, then we go back and just fucking destroy them. Wouldn't that
So-
be easier than like taking out the dreadnought?
Yeah, so you guys would all know from the exchanges that have been had since you guys started remembering things again, that Drinos was actually like a pretty good like Fire Lord until he got corrupted by Lillian Prime. You guys got those tidbits in a few sessions ago in some of the exchanges.
Okay. So what if we hand over the axe, get Tell back, and then if the new person misbehaves, we come back and destroy them? Like, you only get to keep the axe for life.
But Adrinos' sons were the ones that corrupted Twinstop. Lillian Prime didn't influence them.
They didn't really corrupt it. They were just more using it as their personal playground.
Still wasn't good.
I'm not saying it was good. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
but didn't you already kill one of them?
Yes.
Okay, great. So we hand over the axe, we go save Tell. If they're fucking around, we come back and kill the other one. Like, we don't have to make this super tough or difficult
like
or
that plan.
complex.
I mean, on paper, it makes sense. In reality, I don't know how powerful that axe is. You make it seem like we're going to be able to show back
if they
up.
have
And
the axe, can we defeat them?
yeah, like you make it sound like a coup's just like
I don't
snap
really
your
know what
fingers.
it does.
The elemental lords can still be felled. It's not an easy task, but it happens. There have been uprisings before.
I don't dispute that it hasn't happened before. I just questioned the collective 7 of us, our ability to fell a elemental lord with a very powerful axe type
Yeah.
weapon.
Scaly Dog growls at you. More than 7.
8, 9 if Lillian joins in as well. You know what? Scaly Dog will count you as 2.
didn't you just say a minute ago that we're not going to be able to kill the dreadnought? So if we can't kill the dreadnought, but we could maybe kill Adrenos's kid, let's just do that.
I'm just entertaining the theory that's on the table, which is give the axe, save Tell, dethrone if necessary. Maybe we don't have to dethrone them. But maybe.
I'm willing to chance it.
Malia gave her word. She also will not be free to roam about without the same restraints that she has now in your world.
Freyr will look at Seeker and just be and kind of give him the I don't man. At this point, why the fuck not?
Seeker nods. We should save Tell.
If we can't save a little girl, then what's the point in saving the world?
How many side
shouldn't-
quests can we go on before we get a Stack Overflow?
Cadence, just hide the spear when we find Malia. Just don't let her see it.
I'd rather just poke her with it instead.
No poking. Shh.
I'm doing this for Tooth.
We'll rescue her and then do whatever we have to do after that. If our only option is to come back and side with the Dreadnought, put them on the throne, then so be it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think we can fuck this up any more than we already have at this point.
Cadence is right. This is what existing is for. Seeker just asked Lillian, is there anything you're not telling us?
See her kind of look at you, and then it's this bordering on manic laugh.
And he just asked bluntly, without any insight. He's just asking factually.
Yeah. Tooth gives Seeker a startled stare.
You are asking me this, the one who frolicked across the world with an artifact that rewrites time, that delivered it to my father's sanctum, that has knowingly, unknowingly worked with this Lillian Prime that you're calling it from the beginning. You're asking me if I'm not telling you anything? I should be asking you if you're actually going to follow through on this, if you're actually going to help for once.
Seeker's just yeah, actually, yeah.
Again,
those were the mistakes I said we made.
Did we actually shit the bed that hard?
Again, we make a lot of decisions with half the facts.
And we always did what we said we were going to, what we thought was right. The lazy gods used us as much as anyone.
Ares gonna eat oxygen soon.
Actually helping for once, that's our middle name.
Yeah, Seeker's so tired of feeling disappointed and then just feeling these gods are just bitches.
You're disappointed. Holy shit, man.
With Tooth, like Tooth is like Seeker's like best like friend. Like
Yeah.
this is like whatever. Even if this is a trap, it fucking probably is. But like, fuck, we should
Tooth,
go.
Tooth just found out he's the whole reason for CAS canonically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She like looks at you. She just like shakes her head. I've told you everything. I'm going to get Tell back somehow. If I have to ally with anyone, I will get her back.
We will get her back. All of us.
Yeah,
Kind of
Seeker
like-
puts his hand on Tooth's shoulder.
You see her kind of like look back up at you, Tooth. She's still much shorter than you. I guess we'll see if you're still around when it's done.
Well, I just took this fatal wound, so it's not looking good.
If that's settled, then I have a delivery to make. You're welcome to come along.
Yeah, like that's the whole point, I guess, right?
Seeker, just try not to kill the person when you see them.
Seeker just like gives Freyr these eyes, like acknowledging that, but like we're totally getting fucked here, right?
Yeah, probably.
Seeker just tightens his quarterstaff and stands like close, shoulder to shoulder with Tooth.
So if you guys are all willing, she like turns axe in hand and kind of like leads you guys down these paths. And then to this kind of like lava bed. You
Hot.
see, you see Malia.
Billy Idol.
Yeah.
It's like content.
Narc.
Well, do you have it? Lillian like holds up the axe. We still have our deal. You get the Fire Realm. You answer my call when it's needed to retrieve my daughter. We have a deal.
Can I insight that check? Or can I insight that from around the corner?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you guys can be like all within sight if you
Oh, okay, I
choose
wasn't
to
sure
be.
if she would be able to see us or not. Oh, come on, Freyr. Get your shit together, man.
Not if everybody's doing it.
Yeah, Cadence, hilariously, like as you kind of like peer around the corner to like take this exchange in, seems like they're sincere in their intent to honor this arrangement.
I think she's telling the truth.
You brought friends. Didn't know you had any of those. They're... I met them along the way. Have to make a roll here. A memento. Does not notice that you're carrying the spear.
Thank Christ.
Yeah, Cadence is trying to like keep it out of sight.
Yeah. Doesn't notice though. Well, you'd be so kind. Malia holds out a hand. Lillian just kind of like grabs the axe and like kind of almost like frisbees it across this lava flow. Malia kind of like reaches out and kind of like deftly grabs it out of the air. And you see the axe. Malia is bigger than Lillian, maybe by a foot. You see the axe actually kind of like grow briefly in Malia's hand to be more of like a proper size for her. Yes. This will do nicely. I welcome you and your friends to attend my ascension.
Invite declined.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't
Well-
sound
And
concerning.
we're busy that night.
Yeah, sorry, I got my cat sick, and I got a.
Seeker takes his biannual bath.
Well,
Whether he needs it or not.
Oh, he needs it.
Oh, he needs it. He needs it.
Yeah.
Speaking of cats.
the ascension will happen whether you attend or not, but it should be quite the event.
Is it open bar?
You ask that?
Yeah, asking the real questions.
The hard hitters, man.
Yes, all the Fire Realm specials will be on hand.
I'm not. Oh man, it's gonna be like Fireball. I'm out. That's like fire. No, that's no. I'll take it
Do you really want to go to his ascension and lower your mental defenses by getting hammered? Like, no, I don't want to be there for that.
I'll take it under consideration.
You'll have the forces of this realm, Lillian, when you require them to retrieve your daughter as promised. And with that, you see Malia turn and start walking out of the cavern a different direction. And that is where we'll take our 5. Get some beverages, get some snacks, take some bios. See if Lucas's heart rate and soul return to normal.
No doubt.
And
You don't suppose you have any NPC marriage counselors, do you? Holy fuck.
Yeah, mending doesn't work on that
yeah,
kind of stuff.
there's this dragonborn I know, Thaddeus. He's set up. He's
Yeah.
found his true calling.
Fuck.
Fuck.
All right. See everyone in a few minutes.
Yeah,
Thanks for hanging out so far.
Yeah.
We'll see you after the break. And we're back. Everyone has recovered from any of the physical damage, but not the emotional. So
Not the emotional.
we're just going to keep that rolling.
But not the physical either.
Okay, not the physical either. You know what? They haven't recovered at all.
No.
Yeah. So, with that, you guys watch Malia walk off down the kind of side corridor. And Lillian turns to the rest of you. I guess we're together then.
Yes.
Yes, so.
Was there anything else that you had to attend to here?
In the fire realm? Don't think
No.
so.
Guess that kind of covers it.
Yep. New priority.
Balance restored. Let's go rescue Tell.
So, to confirm, just to make sure everyone is on the same page, you guys are telling Lillian you're sorted, not checking back in with the Forge Master, not wanting to look into the rampaging dragons.
Dude.
Just going through the list, guys.
Leaving shit half done is our theme. Okay.
Well, if these guys are gonna,
Don't try to make us into something we're not. Okay.
There will be consequences. We realize that.
if these cats are gonna take over the fire realm, like that's their problem. Like, we agreed to put a leader on the throne. Wasn't what we were thinking, but like. It's done. We don't know these people or owe them fuck all. Like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I like how we're like, we'll solve your problem. We give the axe to Adrenos' spawn, and now they're pretty much gonna like bring an army in there just unexpectedly. We'll be like, hey, well, we did something. Good luck.
Yeah, Seeker has no clue what the right choice is anymore. No clue.
Love it. I love it.
I mean, we didn't promise to solve it in the way that they wanted it solved.
They were even like pretty like.
Yeah, they were pretty laissez-faire about like who sat on the throne. They just wanted someone.
My contract with the Forge Master has been nullified because he let my fucking collateral hatch.
Yeah,
jackass.
Like, you got your Warhammer.
Yeah.
He let the collateral hatch. That's not usually said in most pawn shops.
It's futile. It's futile to even try to be good in Brimson's campaigns. So.
I feel like Malia's whole like, oh, you should stick around for the Ascension. It's going to be quite the spectacle. Was like very Red Wedding-y, so like no interest.
Okay.
Yeah, like
cool.
Worst case scenario is like it brings upon another Adrenos, and like, well, fuck, it's probably gonna happen anyways. So
awesome. All right. So Lillian looks at you, and your exit would be.
Well,
that's another one of the things that I forget.
Did we ever have one?
See? On theme.
What do we need to do to be ready?
I can't call on Malia until she ascends, until we find, Darren. Find the right Darren that has Tell at the right time.
That's confusing.
I don't much feel like rescuing my daughter if she's an 80-year-old woman.
Which of those things can we work on now?
I feel the Ascension will go with or without us. The finding, Darren is probably the most pertinent. At least maybe find one of him, maybe get some answers.
What if we ask one of the gods who's most likely to dislike, Darren, to send us back to the... Is it the regular realm? Where are we going?
Are we in the
wherever we have to? Maybe back to Poverty then, to Arun May. We should tell him what we've done.
All right.
Yeah, might as well check in. I mean, they're the ones that sent us here to restore balance, so we should probably at least let them know that we may have restored balance.
Just not as we had intended.
If we return, maybe we can use the temporal just lab thing that we found to find him.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Poverty then. Yes.
Yep. It's as good a place as any.
This will feel odd. And she kind of leads you guys back towards where that portal was. And you see her kind of hop up onto Scaly Dog. She kind of leans over to one of his ears beside his on his massive now head. Are you ready again? Scaly Dog just kind of cranes his neck back a little bit. Can do it again. And you guys watch as seems like Lillian starts to almost blur. You guys have seen magical effects similar to it before. But this is a little bit different. Like Lillian's, almost like fritzing, like you saw that one in the tree, for those of you who still remember that moment. And you see the fritzing gets kind of more and more spaced out, as if it's a struggle. And then you see Scaly Dog just kind of start to almost vibrate. And you see the fritzes start to happen faster and faster and faster. And especially for Tooth and Seeker, having it experienced some of Scaly Dog's abilities personally. Same with you, Freyr. Having been on the receiving end of a few Mora's plexuses, as well as witnessing his other abilities. You get the sense that he's feeding power into Lillian. And Lillian just kind of turns her head slightly towards you guys. When I say go. It will not stay open for long. And if you delay, you will not end up when you want to. And you see the portal start to kind of swirl and rotate very quickly. As she shouts out now and gestures towards the portal.
I go.
Seeker goes.
Dive.
Yeah, go.
Into the
Pegasus
portal.
goes.
Okay.
into the portal.
And Scaly
I'll
Dog,
hop in.
as the like last of you pass through like the event horizon, like Scaly Dog just kind of like bounds forward, and you guys just kind of see your like vision is almost like in the span of time that you like blink, you find yourself like almost thrown like forward, as if there was like no momentum. It's like you kind of lurch but are still on your feet, and you guys find yourselves your map. You guys find yourself back in Poverty.
This looks like Asvaraja is leading a little group of nursery school kids.
Yeah,
for a
does.
while.
It does.
yeah. You find yourselves,
Which is pretty apropos.
yeah.
I see our tethers. Yeah.
You guys find yourselves back in the courtyard outside of Eleanor's inn.
What time of day is it?
You guys left in the morning, like first thing after you had that long rest. You spent some travel time. It was still the same day, at least from how much time had passed to you guys with kind of the rate you guys went, because you guys didn't have a long rest when you were in the Fire Realm. It looks like it's, equivalent like nighttime here. Like not the wee hours, like you don't see sun coming up or anything, but like it looks like it's almost when you would expect it to be had you just sat the whole day in this inn.
Which would have been more fun. for a character.
It's like people coming and going as normal.
Yeah, like a few people kind of like gasp as like a party of 9 shows up in the middle of the square. Can I get perception checks from everyone though? Vox and Vox, you like take a look around, like your party seems pretty good. Like no one seems too shaken up. No one's like throwing up. No one's, looks too the worse for other than like physical damage. Like Cadence still looks like beat to shit. But you look and like you can see both Scaly Dog and Lillian kind of like Scaly Dog's like panting, and Lillian is kind of like slouched over, like, both hands kind of like up in front of her, like kind of like bracing herself against like Scaly Dog's neck. Tooth with a 24. You notice like quickly, this Scaly Dog definitely looks like tired. And you notice the same thing with Lillian. The one thing you do catch though is just like ever so briefly, you can see her kind of like wipe away like a trickle of like blood coming out of her nose.
Yeah, I think Tooth will take an involuntary step forward just out of concern.
Sorry, it was
Well-
Lillian nosebleed?
Yeah, Lillian's nose is bleeding.
When was the last time you slept?
Been a while.
Well, you need rest. We should get some food and drink and a safe place to sleep. We can go to Eleanor's.
It's not entirely safe here for you, though, Lillian.
Oh, it'll be fucking safe.
You'll have to tell to lay of that tooth. Just remember that there were some here that wanted us to harm Lillian.
Yeah, well, they meant the other Lillian.
Yeah, that was Lillian Prime, right? Just for clarification.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
characters would
You got the
understand,
sense though, like especially Vox, you and Tooth, who like know Talea like better. Like, I mean, from Talea's perspective, like one less Lillian that can be fueling the Lillian Forge.
Talea was pretty stark, I suppose.
Yeah, like figure it out somehow, guys. But
Yeah.
you know,
We'll talk to her.
Yeah, Seeker just sort of mentions it as like a heads up and just to be wary.
That's because Seeker is wise
We should
and Tooth is not.
we should go in, get off the streets, I guess. Can Scaly Dog, is he like too big to like go places?
no, he can get in. He's still like large. He's bigger than you remember him though. Like he's not a huge creature yet, but like he's definitely bigger than the last time you saw him. You also notice kind of like, you know, being like more natural light and poverty, not having like everything burning all around you, you know, smoke and, you know, steam and the kind of wavering air of all the heat. He looks he's less furry now and much more like scaly. There's far less like furry patches on him. And the scales look much like denser and like thicker.
It's a good thing we don't call him Furry Dog.
Yep. Definitely a good thing. But a few people kind of like pass by, give you guys a good look. A few of them recognize Tooth. And that seems to do enough to like not draw a ton of attention. They've seen you guys in town now. Given the dramatic change that Pomerty's had recently, you think like, unless you guys go like looking for trouble, the fact that some of you are wanted here probably has been mostly forgotten, based on the, you know, role, however major or minor, that people think you guys may have played. You know, truthfully, it was Finders, but like, you know, they don't like to brag. And you guys were in the spot at the right time to benefit, kind of by proxy.
We're okay with that.
So yeah, you guys, it probably,
Good
if you had to
gestures, yeah.
guess, like 9:00, if you had to pick a time.
Seeker gestures towards the door into Eleanor's.
Oh, well, Tooth will go in first and just see who's all in there. See if Tilly is in there.
Fox follows. He's pretty beat up. He just kind of wants to get in a place of refuge and rest and just relax.
I need a bed.
Yep.
He needs a drink.
So
Seeker waits with anyone that stays back just in case Tooth's
Yep.
checking things out.
just as you open up the door, you see like elven form Eleanor, legs up on the counter. Well, that was fast. You decide you had different plans, or you guys just highly efficient today?
No, something came up like usual.
Always does.
Apparently, I got a wife and child.
Mm. I'd
And
heard that.
apparently- Oh, thanks for the heads up. I'm glad you mentioned that when I was praying and stuff. Very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, buddy.
You prayed about it quite a bit in a few years.
Have you seen Talea?
She left. Lomasar and her, I suspect, had things to do.
Like she left Pomerty or she left here?
Oh, I
I'm only
suspect.
asking. Apparently, she wants to kill my wife.
Well, ain't doubt a pickle. She left Pomerty altogether.
Okay. Do you think we can have some food and something to drink and a place to stay?
Always.
I'll stick my head back out. Looks like the coast is clear.
Yep, head on in.
You see Scaly Dog kind of like walk up towards the door and kind of like get down on his on all fours, like laying down almost to let Lillian slide off. As Lillian like slides off, you see like a brief stumble as she like gets her legs under her again. Scaly Dog kind of almost like kind of pushes her back up to her feet as he stands up.
If Seeker sees her like stumble, he'll try to put a hand on her and cast Healing Word as she like gets off of Scaly Dog, or as she sort of takes the stumble.
Yeah, you see it, and it's pretty noticeable. You like reach out, you touch her like on the shoulder. You like release the spell. She like recoils from the touch. But the magic goes off. You're not sensing any you're not seeing any wounds. She looks uninjured. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Seeker just kind of grunts and lets her do her thing.
That's it. Thank you. And she heads inside. Scaly Dog kind of like squeezes his way through the door. The rest of you are all heading into Eleanor's?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I would wait for everybody to go inside, and then I would kind of like just do a quick like scan of the street or the square, and then duck in.
Yeah, give me a perception check on the square, Freyr. 21. You see a couple of things it's not in the square, but just kind of like in the distant kind of like woods, like kind of like as far back as your vision can see. And you wouldn't notice it. It'd be beyond the range of your dark vision if it hadn't been for this like small little like flash of white light.
Hmm.
And the rest of the square, people are starting to kind of like head to their homes and retire for the evening.
Okay. I probably would have recognized the white light as probably a similar phenomenon when we bumped into somebody earlier.
Yeah, definitely seems similar.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Like, yeah, seeing, like, taking note of that, but just also, like, kind of just, like, you know, seems to suggest that Tamar might still be hanging around. And if, like, there's nobody else, like, obviously, like, looking towards the end, then, yeah, Freyr would just kind of, like, duck inside, close the door, and probably lock it.
Well, I guess you're gonna be the only customers tonight then, I see, right?
Yeah, we're trying to keep a low profile tonight.
Yeah. Eleanor laughs. He's like, a low profile.
A
With y'all.
lower profile than normal.
Y'all just appeared in the middle of a square with a giant dragon dog and low profile, no problem. Food and drinks where it always is.
Nobody noticed us, from what I could tell.
We've never been very subtle.
Ain't that the truth?
I asked Lillian if I can get her something to eat.
Lillian, like, is just, she's kind of like flopped down in a chair at a table. And like at first when you like ask, it's like she doesn't even hear you. But if you like ask again, she's like, what? Yeah, sure thing.
Is there anything you particularly enjoy more than other things?
Yeah, your rabbit soup.
Rabbit soup. Got it. Something to drink as well?
Just water is fine.
Okay. And I'll go into the secret pantry or the magic pantry, and I'll be like, I'll think of water, and then like with a massive just sigh of despair, I'll be like, my rabbit soup.
Yeah.
And see if we can come up with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no baptized is right. No rabbit croutons, please.
Yeah. You get the water, no problem. You get a bowl of soup. Looks to be rabbit soup.
Oh, boy.
That has a little sign on it with your name.
Come on, magic pantry, don't fuck me, okay? I'm in trouble. I've never made rabbit soup before. I can't remember if I have, but I need my rabbit soup, the kind that I make.
Come on, future soup.
Yeah.
Throw me a fucking bone, magic pantry.
Yeah. Yeah, you get another bowl of soup now with a little like nameplate on it. Tooth made this soup.
Oh, it's so bad. Okay,
This is ChatGPT responding.
I will bring the bowl of soup with just like the sign that I can remove.
Yeah.
The water. I don't know if this is the way I used to make it because I can't quite remember, but I hope it tastes similar. Then I'll set it down.
I'm sure it will be good. Thank you. You see Lillian kind of just like slowly start to like sip the soup. And she kind of like looks up. Oh, it's certainly better than any soup you ever made.
Oh, well, perfect. Good then. I was worried. Thought I was gonna burn the water again.
You see for like the first time that you can remember Lillian smile.
Well, I mean, that's a low bar.
Yeah. You see like Lillian smile up at you as you talk about like burning the water. You get the hang of it eventually.
What about you, Scaly Dog? Do you still eat giant platters of meat?
I sure do.
I'll go back and like get him a giant platter of meat.
Scaly Dog, as soon as you come back, just like devours it. I'm pretty tired. I'm gonna just go and have a sleep.
Yeah.
Are you just
You look-
tired from the jump, buddy?
Yeah, it takes a lot out of me now, more than it used to. Darren had me for. I mean, it seemed like a long time.
Can Seeker insight check like what's going on? Like, is there like with Lily? Like Lillian's like messed up. Like understanding like this probably took a lot out of them, but like I don't know if they've traveled a lot between realms before, and it's never really like fucked anyone up this bad.
Yeah. Go ahead and make the. I mean, if you want to try and like ascertain the nature of it'll be Arcana. If you're wanting to try and like understand like what effect it's having on them, you can roll Insight.
I think Seeker specifically is just like is it just from the jump or like is it something else? Like not even necessarily the nature of it, but like I don't know. They seem just like pretty
I'd say if that's the thing you're like looking for, roll Insight.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I mean, magic's tough. Like,
tell me about it.
Like sometimes,
Seeker
like,
yawns.
yeah.
I guess,
God,
yeah,
it's been a day. Ugh.
Checks out. Could use a nap.
Yeah.
Is there some moss around here? Cool. Seeker will give Scaly Dog a scritch.
Yeah, he like, again, like, it's weird. Like, he's kind of had his eyes closed, like curled up, like in a giant pile on the floor. But as you like reach out your hand and like give him that like scritch, he like recoils and like you see like almost it's like instinctive, like the lips peel back, like there's this like growl, and then like he's like, oh, sorry.
Jeez. Yeah, Seeker more like will tap into his like speech of beast and leaf on like a more primal level, just to be like, whoa, dude, like, what's going on? And like Lillian recoiled like from the healing touch too, so like, red flag, what's going on?
After Thanwyn disappeared, it was he had me, that and Darren had me for a long time and tried to make me help him. And something broke inside.
Seeker just gives him puppy dog eyes and kind of like looks at Tooth if Tooth's in earshot of this and just says like, you're not broken, buddy. You're okay. I'm sorry.
Maybe I can do the things I used to do, but not very often.
Seeker gives him a nod.
And he's like holding out his hand, just like I'm not touching you, but like it's all good, buddy.
Seeing you like hold out your hand after like having this exchange, Scaly Dog kind of like lifts his head up enough to like brush his head against your hand.
Seeker gives Tooth another look like, oh man, this sucks.
You see Lillian kind of like push herself up from the table, having like finished most of her soup. Kind of like comes over kind of between where you are, Tooth, and Scaly Dog and Seeker. When he took Tell, I fought. But he did something to me too. Tried to take the power that I have so that I couldn't follow him, couldn't fight him ever again. It's not all gone, but I struggle to do anything now without Scaly Dog's help. We're both broken.
You just need some rest. We'll work on the other things together.
Maybe you're right. You see her kind of like walk past you, Tooth, and just like as she goes, she like places a hand like up to your shoulder and just kind of like lets it like slide down your arm as she walks past. I'll be upstairs.
Hey, I think she likes Tooth.
Tooth just kind of stands there dumbly, like wondering like what the move is.
Well, if you can't get Tell back, you could always make another one.
Oh man, too soon. Oh god.
Wow.
Oh Jesus.
Man.
Wow.
Oh.
Love it.
Damn. Okay. Yowzers.
From the mouths of machines.
Yeah, Warforged logic at its finest.
Man.
Man.
So good.
Oh.
Anyways, Tooth goes upstairs.
Well, what's the plan? Are you just all gonna hang out in my bar until Big Sis or Talea comes by for a visit again?
Well, I think the plan is we're just gonna rest up here overnight, and then I think the decision was we were gonna go and check out, Darren's lab underneath the. No, I can't remember the place in the woods.
Something farthing.
Yes, and try to find some clues to where he and Tell may be hiding out, or when he and Tell may be hiding out. God, I'm still not used to this whole fucking time. Shit.
Well, I've got that blood curse of whatever it was.
Well,
Can I tell if Darren is on this plane?
I think we already determined that he dispelled that.
Yeah, we did last session.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
But
he did it from the fire plane, so it wouldn't have been conclusive in
Oh,
either case.
yeah, good call. Yeah.
Okay.
So can I do it from this plane? Can I tell if Darren is?
Darren is indeed on this plane.
Okay.
Can you send the description to chat again, just so I can be super sure?
1 second.
So you know the direction. It's south of you. So it's on this plane, and it appears to be south of you.
Okay, so I'll let everybody know it. I can still ping him. I can still sense that Darren is on this plane and what direction he can be found. Probably Ostron.
Ostron would be more like southwest. This is like immediately south.
Okay.
Pez would know. I think Pez has at least been through there once, or for the sake of simplicity, Freyr could have potentially confirmed when he mentioned Damon's Farthing. That is south of where you are currently.
Yeah.
It is in
okay.
the southern section of Poverty.
Okay, so I'll say I've got a reading that indicates that Darren quite likely directly south of Poverty. Maybe I can't tell the distance, but possibly in Damon's Farthing, judging from the direction.
Perfect. Let's pay him a visit for breakfast.
Seems like we're on the right trail. Satisfied.
Pez, do you still possess the shekels?
I do.
Good.
Been carrying them a long way, waiting for that man.
All right. So you guys wanted a long rest. I heard someone say in the morning or after breakfast. So
Long rest would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of us are in no shape.
Cadence heads to bed, feeling a bit bloodied.
a lot bloodied. Yeah, you guys have been watching Cadence walk around with like a broken arm, like a couple ribs sticking out of her chest. Like,
Yeah, she's still standing.
yep, that's true.
Well, I mean, you guys have been watching Tooth walk around with a broken heart, so I mean, I guess we're all,
Oh,
I guess we're all wounded.
Freyr just pings Death Ward every so often to make sure it's still up. Yeah, she's fine.
She's fine. She's still standing, and she's got Death Ward. Like, what more do you want from me?
Tooth will sort of wrestle with like what to do, and then eventually like head for the stairs, kind of stop on the stairs, head upstairs. He'll cast Pass Without Trace, and try to sneak in the room and just like find a place to sit, and he'll just sit there quietly, sort of, thinking and like taking a watch.
Yep. And sorry, you went into like your room, Lillian's room.
Lillian's room, but I'll cast Pass Without Trace, to help so I don't wake her up.
Yeah, as you like creep in the door, incredibly sneakily, you hear this like voice from the bed. I always know when you come in, even when you're as quiet as you can be.
I didn't want to wake you up.
Well, I'm gonna get some sleep.
Can I get the blue pill advantage? Yeah, you get some sleep. I'm just gonna sit for a bit. Yeah, I'll take Bear's Endurance. but
Yeah.
not haste. Not haste.
Yeah, you just kind of like post up in like one of the chairs in the corner of the room, and kind of just ponder and think away. Everyone else just retiring to their rooms.
Yes.
Seeker is gonna approach Arune, kind of like as he heads up, and just like kind of like look at him awkwardly for a moment, like obviously kind of like trying to like find his words. So you're the druid god.
I'm a god some druids follow. Yes.
Many. Most Seeker has met.
True enough, I suppose.
Seeker stands just kind of like nodding. Seeker is a druid.
I noticed.
Seeker was alone for a century. To no one. Why did you not come to me?
I mean, I think you heard Big Sis say it maybe best, but we're not out there recruiting. He kind of like gestures broadly, like not meaning like the party, like meaning mortals. You all seem to latch on to us as some kind of reason for things. We just are. I mean, as far as I know, always have been. But I know there's this whole Statera thing that Astari is all fired up about. But I mean, from my perspective, I've been this forever. I didn't go looking for people. I just do what I do. Things that are important to me. Things I couldn't care less about.
What are those things that are important to you? As he kind of like gestures with like, just like kicking back feet up as per the usual lately. Well, like shit feels hot down here. Like Seeker's still pretty resentful.
Yeah, give me a second and I'll pull open the what Renee cares about sheet.
Absolutely. Seeker's opportunity to learn what he cares about.
For sure. Got it. Never know which document I'm going to need to open with you guys. It's always exciting. Well, I mean, I guess at the top of the list, there's laugh, just in general. It's always been real important. And like rebirth, like things that happen in the spring. That's why all those crops and farmers and everyone really seems to, I guess, a bit taken by me. It's always just kind of been nature and growth and the way of it. Don't take this the wrong way, but people usually get in the way of that. I'm happy that people are alive, don't get me wrong. But they just kind of are, just like the grass is. I don't go asking the grass to thank me for it growing. I don't ask people to thank me for them living.
Seeker like kind of nods and just kind of replies, nature was all Seeker had, even where things couldn't grow. And he'll like hold out his hands and just like pull up his cuffs a bit, so like there's like the spores probably like all over the back of his hand, and he'll like do what he can, speech of beast and leaf, to kind of like encourage like growth, even if it's just like little mini kind of sprout from the spores or whatever. Seeker says, suppose that's all I ever needed. Just kind of like looking at the growth. Kind of like gesturing that I guess you never came to me. I guess I never saw you. I guess, I never met you like other druids met you because I didn't need you. Not in like a spiteful way, but more in a like, I guess that's why.
What you just said there is maybe one of the smartest things I've heard you say. None of y'all need me. Y'all just think you do. I don't give you your magic. The druids don't need me to do things. That comes from the nature. Sure, I help the nature. That's important to me. It happens, I guess, because of me. But you get that power from it, not from me.
Seeker kind of like I guess just kind of nods and like again like revels in the like that small amount of growth kind of from nothing or something that's like kind of rotting otherwise. And Seeker just asks like how he can learn to control it more, to be more in tune. So many druids can grow things at will. Seekers seems to kind of be more about like the decay rather than the growth, or the growth from the decay. But nonetheless, he kind of asks like how, if nature is Seeker's god, then how can he be closer to it?
When you think of those other druids, them growing things and making a bunch of crops grow, or making it rain to help some farmer with some project, or sprouting a forest up out of nothing, do you think that's any more or any less than you do with your spores, your mushrooms, your decay, as you call it?
All part of the cycle of things. Seeker sees it.
One of the things that I guess embody, whatever you want to call it, is laugh. That's right. But the other thing is rebirth. You can't have rebirth if everything's always alive.
Seeker lets the growth on the back of his hand like wither.
You see Arun may kind of like reach his hand out over, still with his like feet back on his chair on the bar, kind of like reach his hand out over your hand, and you see like what you had was like, you know, like one kind of stalk of like a mushroom kind of growing up out of these spores. And you see as like a Runeway does it, it's like this like explosive growth. It's like a colony of mushrooms like starting to like grow. And it's almost like a little bit scary. Like this is growing off of the back of your wrist. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, well, this is no more or less than that forest you see around you outside. You don't need to be closer to it. You already are.
Yeah, Seeker nods. He you know understands. He just says, I want to be stronger. I want to do better.
I don't think the problem with your doing better is anything to do with your magics, your powers. I think the thing you want to do better about, and the thing that you beat yourself up about, isn't the powers that you have, it's the choices that you make.
Yeah, it's kind of the theme today, I guess.
You want to be better. You want to be stronger in that. Well, yeah, you know him, I think. You know that the big lad? You guys brought him here, actually, a long time ago. Irk?
Yeah, Seeker grins.
That boy never do what you just did here. He'll never take down B and Lackbur Malthazar. But I don't think that boy regrets a single choice he's made.
He might. No, Seer doesn't say that. He just kind of nods along.
I think you try and do all this good and figure out what's best. Maybe you should stop trying to do so much good and start just trying to be good.
Yeah, Seeker just says, I'll try. I have been. I think.
I know you were alone for a long time. One of the things that helps people figure out if they're on the right track is having someone to talk to. You've got friends. You've got people that have been with you through a lot, even if some of them don't remember. make use of that. You might not talk very much, but if you don't talk to them, then you're really alone.
Seeker kind of just like stares blankly for a moment and just kind of starts to nod and probably just kind of turns and kind of starts to slowly walk away. He'll get a few steps and kind of look over his shoulder and say, thanks.
You get like a couple more steps. You hear the sound of like chair legs like touching down on the ground. You see like Arun May standing up like a couple steps behind you. You're a good man. If you have something you can't talk about with your friends, I don't think you can. I know you were close with Vavosi, but she gone. And Astari, well, she busy. You want, you can talk with me. I'm not big on the whole prayer thing, but you can always ask.
Yeah, Seeker nods and just kind of like probably like looks up the stairs essentially, I guess, and just says, "I trust them," and just kind of heads up the stairs.
Last thing you hear is like the creak of like the chair legs like pushing back off the floor as he, and the sound of like boots hitting the counter.
Yeah, of course. Seeker, finds his room or whatever, balcony, or try to sleep outside if you can.
Cool. All right, so you guys all kind of make your way through your evening. Seeker makes your way up to his room. Tooth, you doing anything other than like staying up for a bit, watching from the chair?
I'll take like the equivalent of a watch, and then I'll just sort of curl up in the chair and try to get some Z's.
Yep, cool. So
does she have any like equipment in the room?
Does she have any equipment in the room? Yep.
Yeah, like does she have like a sword? Something that looks like it's not necessarily valuable, but something personal.
Yeah, there are two curved scimitars resting beside the bed. And what looks like a very... It doesn't look particularly like high quality, but like a very well maintained short bow. That looks like it's like engraved.
Are those scimitars engraved too?
Sorry, what, Kodo?
Are the scimitars engraved too?
These scimitars are not engraved.
Fuck.
I'm just gonna handle the scimitars and the short bow long enough that now I could in the future use locate object on them if I needed to.
Yeah. So as you're like kind of just like familiarizing yourselves with these objects, I mean, the swords are functional. They don't look like special. Like you've seen these in every weapon shop that sells scimitars. The short bow though different story. The short bow looks like it has been like hand carved, like meticulously. And as you kind of continue to like feel the length of the bow, you know, inspect the drawstring, the quiver, the arrows that are there with it, all of these items, you start to notice there's some of the engraving is actually like words, and it's written in Orcish. And you see that it has along like the length of the bow, it says, may your arrow always fly true, even if I'm not around. Tooth.
Well, I could have gone several levels without noting that information. Super, super good. Yeah.
Where's the
I
emotional
will-
damage button?
Oh, I know. Just fucking. Yeah, I will just sort of familiarize myself more with that weapon than the other two. And then I'll put them back where they came from, and then I'll curl up in the chair.
As you guys kind of drift off to sleep, a scene plays out back in the Fire Realm. Let's toss you guys here. I think you guys should still be able to see. Your tokens are there, but you're not there.
Yeah.
So you see Forge Master Vasif kind of
That's this guy?
Yep. You see him kind of there, like looking up at this just gargantuan dreadnought. Like, I'm not gonna agree. There's no way. You're gonna have to kill me right here, and then good luck getting any weapons from any of my kin. And the like fire giant in the back, the quote unquote normal size fire giant's like, what? Sometimes you gotta break a few eggs. And he's like drawing out a big sword as the dreadnought's like holding out a hand, trying to like calm this down. And you see Malia walk onto the scene and kind of start ascending the stairs, this axe in hand. And she just kind of like shouts out to the masses, I really think that all of this has been blown out of proportion. You, it really doesn't matter. 'Cause it's me. And you see her ascend the last few steps up to the top of the throne. And she like just takes the butt of the axe and just like jams it into the ground at her feet. And you see her just become engulfed in flame. Like someone had a like flamethrower just like erupt from where she stood. And you can't see any sign of her form anymore.
Sweet. Taken care of. Next order of business.
And then
Yeah.
after a moment,
Or not.
you see this much larger figure emerge from the flames. Much boomier kind of reverb voice. Well, now, let's get down to business.
To defeat the
And you watch as the three figures who were standing kind of on the platform below the throne just all kind of like turn to look at her, and one after the other all drop to one knee as they all say in unison, "All hail Malia, the new Lord of Flame."
I did do it on his birthday too.
That flip back to Harmony, where you guys are.
We finally kept one of our promises. Yay! Yay. We said we were gonna put someone on the throne, and we did. Yay!
Yeah, yeah.
And it doesn't
Yeah.
seem to be that bad.
I'm sure these cutscenes mean nothing.
Mhm.
Sure, they're leading up to
Man.
nothing.
This is what they meant when you have to bask in that feeling of a good job well done.
Yeah,
I
this
think
is
that's called
what
existential
success
dread.
feels like.
Yeah. Existential dread. Love it. I should have renamed the episode that.
existential dreadnought.
Oh, 10 out of 10 for Kodo on that one for sure. All right. So you guys can all have a long rest
And 2 levels.
Yay.
and 0 levels. Yes.
That's less than one.
Boo!
Yeah. Tooth, the only one sharing a room with anyone. You see in the morning, actually, roll me. Here's what we're gonna do. You roll.
Oh.
You roll perception, and
Yep.
I'm gonna roll perception, and this is gonna be who wakes up first.
Okay. I think it's you. I think it's you.
Yeah.
Pretty clear. Pretty clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you,
Crack
you
it on.
slept and I think you slept and were awake at the same time the whole night.
Yeah. So Tooth, you wake up, Lillian, you kind of hear the like a bit of a scrape sound as you see Lillian sheathing the 2 scimitars on her back as it just kind of scraped across the floor. Your back's gonna be sore today.
Yeah. Oh, I'm used to it. And I'll stand up and start working some of the kinks out.
Yep.
How about you? Do you feel any better?
Yeah, feel great.
I'm presuming I don't need an insight check.
Yeah, you can tell she like. It's clear that that's BS. What about it is BS? You're not sure, but
God, Chrome, where are you with your advice? Like, just always too late.
Hey, I said cast enhance ability.
Okay, so everyone heading downstairs. Is that the plan, or anyone getting up to anything this morning before?
No, I'll head downstairs.
Yep, I have nothing.
Ooh, 6 points damage. For letting my flame ablaze.
Pez is up.
He's here. Ah! Oh, that's
Yeah. Is anyone like, oh my god! No, he's up in his room. Yeah.
What's it like to never be at full
You hear
health?
fucking My Chemical Romance blasting from his room.
Yeah.
You see, I'm not okay. Start coming on. You're just like, classic Pez.
All right, so you guys head down to the lobby, the bar, and you see Azvaraja standing there.
Oh shit.
I quickly scan the room for Talea.
No Talea, just Azvaraja and Eleanor, of course. You got a visitor. I told her she had to wait till you all woke up.
Are we all awake? Is Cadence here?
Am I
we
here?
got
Yes, I'm
everybody.
here.
Yeah, everyone.
Always check for cadence now.
Cadence, your coffee, your toast, your death word.
Yeah, you guys all make your way downstairs and find Azvaraja and Eleanor down there.
To make breakfast and we'll have to do
Azvaraja is like, well, new Lord of Flame.
have to make the lunch. No.
Is it a call to Lord if it's a girl?
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
just as I am the Lord of Air.
I wasn't being disrespectful. I didn't know.
Yeah, Lourdes has a weird ring to it.
Isn't it lady?
I
It's
was gonna
late.
say, yeah,
Is it-
it's lady.
Is that what that
Lady
is?
of, Lady of Flame.
You guys said it didn't really matter who ended up there.
From a balance perspective, no, it didn't.
A different perspective.
I mean, as long as they can do the job and don't step out of line, we won't have to rise up against them, so... There are some protocols and constraints placed upon us. Limits what we can do in this realm.
Okay.
I'm sensing something amiss about your choice.
I mean, we didn't really have a choice. We were kind of winging it when we went there. And then, classic us, something arose. An opportunity presented itself.
We did what we had to do.
We did what we do best.
We improvised.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say fuck it up, but improvise sounds much better.
Either way.
Who are the new companions?
They're the opportunity that presented themselves.
Yeah, this is Lillian and this is Scaly Dog.
Lillian?
Different Lillian. Just
Yeah.
they have the same name. Real
Completely
common.
different Lillian. And Scaly Dog we've known for a long time.
Yeah, it's not Lillian Prime, it's Lillian Secondary.
Tertiary, like the
Yeah.
Lillian, like the 20th, like so far
Yeah,
down
like-
the pecking
Like
order.
Lillian the Omega. Like not Lillian the Alpha. Lillian like way down.
Fox casts minor illusion of a metal bucket and puts it on his head. So
Vox casts an illusion of like one of those little mustache eyeglass disguise kits. on the
yeah,
lid.
exactly. You're like, who's that guy looking everywhere but anyone in the face? And you're like, oh, that's nobody. He's our warlock.
That's our butler.
Doesn't everyone have googly eyes?
You see Azraja kind of like look Lillian up and down.
Tooth is incredibly tense.
Yeah. Tooth's just checking out your wife.
Well, I'm not sure Talea will see it the same.
Yeah, but I can jump into that chasm when we get there.
Lomasar would probably see the rationale, but I haven't seen Talea like that in a long time, and I've known her a long time. Maybe figure out your plan before you bump into her.
Yeah, that's what we do well.
Yeah.
Should I mention now or later that she's my wife and we have a child who's missing? Or should I just lead with that? You've known Talea a long time.
To me or to Talea? Because that's news
Talea.
to me.
You said you've known her a long time. Should I just lead with that?
No,
Would that be the most helpful?
I suspect not. I would maybe try not to say that.
Really? I thought that would actually help gloss it over.
Yeah.
With her.
I thought that might be more valuable than.
So okay. Wow. See, like Azraja, like rubbing her head, like, okay. These are the people who are gonna do things. Okay. So, tooth, right? Yes. Okay. Talea just had someone she had loved since almost the dawn of time, corrupted, twisted, broken by someone who your wife turns into, is already part of, and you, one of Talea's children, favorite mortals. I don't really understand her relationship with you, but decided to not only not agree on the go kill Lillian path, you married her and had a child with her.
Well, okay. In fairness, we got married and had a child before Bermalthazar got killed.
I would
and he
not
looks over.
lead-
He looks over at Lily and he's like, "Right."
Lillian-
For
Lillian-
like
Lillian-
this is a subjective
Yeah.
thing.
Lillian looks at you. She's like, it's like 10 years from now.
Time travel's really hard.
Lillian kind of like looks at Azraja, and it's like, no one wants to stop this. Me more than I do. But I need to get my daughter back first. You have people you care about, don't you? Azraja looks kind of down at Lillian. I used to. not maybe in the same way that you mortals care for your offspring, but there was someone important to me, special to me. They are no more. I understand, but do not expect the same from Talia in her current state. You did what the other elemental lords and myself asked of you. Balance has been restored. There will be a conclave of the elements to discuss where things are headed and what the plan should be for how to deal with this new threat and what role, if any, we will have in it. For your heart in restoring this balance, I have been permitted to extend an invitation to you. This is a rare event where the lords meet in one of our most important places to discuss matters that affect more than just our own realms. You need not attend, but if there is favors or requests, boons you would seek, that would be the place to do it.
We'll take some boons.
Can boon it up.
The conclave is set to meet in 1 week's time, when the Flame Lord has established her dominion of her realm. Freyr, should you choose to attend, send a message to me, and I will secure your passage to the meeting place.
When do I have to let you know by?
In 1 week's time.
Thank goodness for that.
Would there be any issues if we decide to attend?
You are being invited as honored guests. There will be no issues.
Good.
Unless you start one.
We have a week. It could happen.
Well, I will take my leave. You've done a great thing by restoring the balance to the realms. I hope to see you at the conclave. Pleasure, as always, Arunme. Yep, anytime. My door is always open, and if it isn't, you can open it. that, you see Azvaraja kind of turn and walk out of the inn. You hear this like gust of wind, and she's gone. Well, I'm glad it wasn't Tlay and Sis that showed up. They might not have waited that last 3 hours till y'all woke up.
After you went to bed last night, Lillian, we got an idea of where Emo Darren might be. We think actually there might be something to check out here in Pomerty.
What's the plan if we find him?
Well, we had these special manacles built that apparently hinder magic. We're hoping we just keep hurting him until he, I don't know, falls down long enough for us to get the manacles on him.
Oh God, is that what that is? And you see her like take a couple steps back from Pez.
Yeah. Pez has got them. We just sort of stay away from them.
For Seeker, Freyr, Chrome, and Pez, you guys have certainly never seen Lillian use like overt magic before, other than like whatever is up with her for like her time stuff. But like she's reacting like as strongly as like Vox. Same as you, Seeker and Freyr. Like it's she looks to be like as far back as you guys are before she's like okay. So you would get the sense that she definitely has some kind of like full caster vibe as well now.
Noted.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I guess we go then.
Yeah, we were just waiting for the morning.
Scaly Dog like gets up, does like the big downward dog, back brushes some of the like kind of lanterns and chandeliers on the ceiling. Well, I guess this constitutes morning. We doing this then?
Yeah. I mean, let's do this as fast as we can.
Yep.
I'm in.
Scaly Dog like wedges his way outside through the door. Lillian follows shortly thereafter. The rest of you can all like assemble outside if that's the plan.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
You guys know where Damon's Farthing is. You guys have made this trip numerous times, especially with Tooth and Seeker, who have both kind of led you through Pomerty on separate occasions. You guys can make the trip there pretty quickly. Are you going straight there, or is there other stops you guys have on the way?
I think Tooth would vote to go straight there.
Yeah, I don't think there was any other priorities.
All right. So you guys start making your way through the streets. Again, there's people out and about, but no one takes too much notice of you. Scaly Dog gets a couple looks, but some people in Pomerty have seen him before and have heard the stories. So you guys ultimately, after about an hour, and find your way into Damon's Farthing, into that courtyard. Courtyard's seen a lot of battle. There's now like, those blood stains on the stones from when you guys cut down that multi-headed snake not all that long ago.
Good times. Good times.
Left the abyss and doing whatever that boon was for that general who wanted her troops back or dealt with. But you see the ruin entrance, the stairs leading down before you. Guys heading downstairs.
Before we go down,
Oh.
before we go downstairs,
before you go downstairs. Okay.
Yep, I would give Cadence a tap on the shoulder and cast Death Ward.
Yep.
It is literally my favorite callback.
Knock knock. Who's there? Death Ward.
Death Ward.
It's so good.
Love it.
Does anything like look different about the way in?
The courtyard, no.
Okay.
Looks pretty I mean, it's empty. It doesn't look very different in terms of like battle from the last time. But you guys have done a number on this place. There's no Hydra Guard anymore. You don't see any signs of Pip. You don't see any of the other stuff here. It seems to have all been dealt with over time as you guys have like circled back and forth over this place. Okay, so you're heading in now, or was there any other things you guys were tackling? No. Okay.
Nope.
Nope. Just cautiously head in.
Okay.
Keeping an eye. Seeker's keeping an eye for like if things start to look different than like when
Sure.
he was here last.
All right. Yeah. So as you walk down the stairs, same deal. It's like maybe halfway down the stairs, it switches from like ruined stone to like nice stone to like metal. And as you reach like the bottom, there's that like door in front of you. Looks to be a sliding door.
I mean, Tooth. I mean, if no one else is making a move, Tooth will open it.
Yep. Tooth opens the door. Do a little swap.
Is that thing moving?
Yeah, sure is.
Nope.
I'll shoot it as fast as I can.
Okay. So, what we'll say is, Tooth, you can have your shot go off, but there's
Okay.
not like a surprise round. I'm gonna say like you're fast enough, like especially opening the door, like with your dexterity to get the shot off.
Yeah. Yoink.
Oh, fucking Christ, Cadence.
14 points.
14 points, you say.
Yep.
Come on.
Some of that psychic.
Yes.
It's bloodied now, right?
I believe 4 of it is psychic.
So 10 points.
So it doesn't take the psychic, is what you're saying.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I apologize, dude. I apologize. I grabbed the wrong number. 2 of it's psychic. Okay. And then initiative.
Two more. Okay.
Nice. Nat 1. All right.
Okay.
Can I destroy or get rid of the dreaded Nat 1 on an initiative roll?
No,
Because we don't have any left, or we just don't do it for initiative roll?
we just don't do it for initiative.
Perfect.
Okay.
Alertness coming in.
Coming in hot. Okay,
Coming in
so
hot.
what we'll do, just to kind of paint the scene. So, you guys have been in this particular lab before.
Some of us have been in this particular lab before.
Some of you have.
Some of us don't remember being in this particular lab before.
Yeah. Actually, Tooth, you would remember this lab.
Did this happen before going into the
Yep.
Feywild? Okay.
Yep. This happened before.
Then do I remember fighting this guy before?
Yep.
Okay.
You were beefier back then.
Oh.
Seeker, Freyr, and Tooth would all remember fighting this. Cadence doesn't.
Did we kill it last time, or did we like just run away? I'm just
No,
trying to figure out if it's been fixed since.
You killed it.
We killed it.
So it's been fixed.
Yeah.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah. You killed it.
Okay.
And yeah, because it was Elmira that was here, not Cadence. Thengus, not Pez. Thanwyn, not Vox. Chrome hadn't been picked up yet. So yeah, okay, we got everyone. And yeah,
I
this
remember fighting the steampunk beholder. Just I don't remember this lab. Right?
oh, if
no,
you fought
remember-
another one somewhere else for
Yeah.
sure.
Yes.
There was another one. Yeah, in the future.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
that one in the area that I think Grawl and
Yeah.
Sky were in.
I'm not sure.
It was in the lab where Pez shot me, and we freed Lillian because I remember Tooth going into like the console, or whatever, talking to her and all that stuff.
Yeah. This came out of a portal when the security system effectively
Yes,
went off.
and it shit out tiny little chromes.
Yep. Okay.
Let's not bicker about who shot who.
So yeah.
Oh no, you shot me. There's no debate.
So, Tooth, you fling open the door, you fire this shot in as everyone kind of like pushes into the room. This thing, like, the arrow connects. This thing, like, all of these little, like, eyed tentacles just kind of like spin around and look at you. And you hear this, like, robotic voice come out of this thing. Defend, masters, work. And that's where we'll end it for tonight.
Amazing. Oh, goodness. Everything's fine.
Everything's totally fine, guys. Totally fine.
Tooth
could go
is
wrong?
just like pretty chill right now, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, Tooth,
Yeah, super chill, having the best time. So good.
super
I was just-
chill.
Just telling Tracy that I really enjoy playing D&D to just like calm down and
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
just
Right before, like nice and chill before bed.
Decompress.
nice to chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good, right?
Super good.
Super good. So, no D&D tomorrow night, but we have D&D on Wednesday night for Darkwind.
Darkwind.
Yes.
Darkwind Wednesday. I'm getting yeses from chat and from Shannon. That means I totally nailed the schedule this time, guys. 10 out of 10.
Well done.
I'll try to remember and come shower you guys with player advantages.
Please do.
Love that.
Appreciate
They
that.
need them. I mean, they totally, it could be anything. They don't need them at all. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Yeah, if you can actually shower us with the dreaded net ones that work on initiatives, that'd be awesome too.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get those to exist first of all.
All right, we're gonna raid on over into Robbie Landis, and we will see you guys all on Wednesday night. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you for the resubs,
Bye.
and we'll catch you guys next time. Have a
Bye,
good night, guys. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Great session. Thanks, man.
Amazing session.
Yowzers.
Yeah.